And the administration is calling these people narco-terrorists. But even if they are smuggling drugs, let's just say, I mean, is that a crime punishable by death?
Well, it would depend upon which jurisdiction might deal with it. I certainly don't know the ultimate punishments for everybody around the globe, and I wouldn't represent that I do. But at the end of the day, there are penalties assigned in a different variety of ways, everything from the maximum sentences that can be given. I think in some places you have everything from life imprisonment to lesser penalties in terms of years. So but at the end of the day, your question is there a matter of justice here? Is there the ability here to take extrajudicially, take the lives, kill the people that have not been established to be involved in the transport of drugs? And even if they were, under the law, they're not enemy combatants. They don't represent another state as far as we know. So the simple labeling that has taken place with the president and the secretary of defense simply doesn't matter. And especially in reference to the September 2nd, second tap, as they call it. I mean, they treat these things like they're video games, and these people are just a part of a video being presented to the American people. But we know really very little about the actual facts. They could clear all of this up, Brittany, in a moment's notice by simply providing the probable cause that they would allege to be provided to them to interdict the boats, to bomb the boats, to employ lethal force. What evidence is there of being enemy combatants? All of those things are defined by law. And the law of war is very specific, both internationally, by the United Nations, and by the United States. And what I'm really concerned about here, too, is that you have soldiers and sailors and airmen and airwomen on those boats, on those vessels representing the United States of America. They're all involved in this process of loading munitions, surveilling the scenes, providing information back to headquarters. All of those people in that chain of command can be engaged or at least investigated for potential criminal conduct, and that includes charges of murder.
President Trump initially said he had no problem with the release of that double tap video from that September 2nd strike. But Pete Hegseth did say that he's not going to fully release it to the public. I talked to someone who watched it, once again, Senator Mark Warner. He said it was disturbing because what you saw was the initial strike. Then you see two survivors clinging to the side of the boat. You see another strike again. I mean, do you think that the public deserves to see this entire unedited video?
Absolutely. You know, when you think about it, slapping on a top secret label onto documents that describe the weapons that are being used, the circumstances that were involved with each individual vessel, that can be misused too. What is it that the American people can't understand, can't become familiar with? That simply they're too afraid or uneducated that they can't understand what's going on here. They know exactly what's going on. They want to know what the truth of the matter is. It reminds me of that movie, A Few Good Men, where Colonel Jessup told the prosecutor, "You can't stand the truth." Well, the fact of the matter is, we can stand the truth, and we want the truth, because you just can't act as a rogue nation, a banana republic of some kind, shooting off munitions that are capable of such incredible destruction and killing what may be, we don't know them not to be, innocent people, civilians. So this is an incredibly serious matter, and it implicates everyone involved in the chain of command, plus all of those who are being killed. And, you know, transcending all of that, Brittany, even if all the evidence we have is of the vessel that was hit with munitions on September 2nd and left two struggling survivors, there is a specific statute that prohibits that. So what it is, and it talks about marine vessels and a shipwreck, and if there's a shipwreck, you have to immediately withdraw from any kind of further engagement. So that determination apparently was made by somebody in the chain of command. One time it's represented to be Hegseth. The next time it's represented to be the person in charge of the special forces. At the end of the day, somebody made that decision because there were 42 different minutes that passed between them climbing to the top of that vessel still floating, waving, seeking assistance, and the time that the second munition was dispatched. So this can't go away. I mean, this has everything to do in what it says about America and what it says about the law of war and about our civilization and our moral code. And we can't, out of convenience or just simply because we label people combatants, which they're not by law, or label this an armed conflict, which it is not by law, and simply explain it away because we didn't know them. Their souls are long gone. What is there to worry about? We're stopping drugs. We don't even know if there were drugs on those boats. So show us, tell us, give us the information. We can handle it. And then I think the American people can make a judgment about whether they have confidence in this or not. But my guess is, my belief is, as a former prosecutor for a couple of decades, including in the Army, is that they don't want to show the evidence because they know the kind of things that it's going to stir within the minds and hearts of the American people.